Hey, hello, hello. What is going on, everybody? Freya's here with a new topic, hopefully. I am meeting some girls right now to go hang out, drink, and party. I haven't really been partying for a very, very long time, and I feel a bit worried, honestly, because, people when they're drinking, I feel insecure myself, and I am in good company. I'm in good hands. So I met one of these girls a couple of weeks ago, and she went on vacation. So I met her friend together, and I've been hanging out with one of her friends, a very lovely Brazilian woman who is married. She's my age, and she's married. But she told me she's actually bisexual at this point. So I told her, like, I don't really know where I am. Like, I'm on dating apps, and I'm trying to kind of see what's out there, trying to explore what's happening. And I'm not really finding anything, let's say, relevant or interesting. So I talked to her about it. I'm probably going to be talking about this topic today. Now, the other thing is to discuss the other girl, because I don't know if the other girl likes me or not. The first one I met on the dating app. But here's the deal. If any of those people will be dominant, taking the first steps, doing, the moves and applying, telling me pretty things, I'm done playing the role, taking care of and pleasing women. Like I've done this because we had to. And this is kind of where whenever I meet a lesbian or a bisexual, I'm like, yeah, I can get down with a bisexual or a lesbian woman, but you're gonna have to be doing all the work. And with one of them, we talked about it's like, yeah, but like it's a teamwork scenario. I'm like, no, 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 no. I don't have teamwork scenario when I'm having sex with a guy because we're both enjoying what he is doing. So if you're not going to be doing the same thing, why am I going to be part of this? I don't think I need or I want to be part of something where I have to now work to give both of us pleasure because I do receive pleasure instead of give pleasure when I'm having sex with a guy. So why am I now gonna go like, all right, let's put this to work? And all right, what about here? What about this? I mean, this is probably some of my traumas with from dating women. So what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Do you think it's easier to have sex with? I mean, of course, easier to have sex with a guy with a girl, but also easier to, let's say, intimately get into it with a guy or with a girl. For example, I think sex with men is much better than sex with women. Cis hetero women, let's keep this very clear, right? Because at least from my previous experiences from around the world, like I've had sex with people in the States, in China, in Spain, even in Kuwait. But mostly these women were, pretty used to the pattern of the guy does all the job. So for me, it was pretty boring because I want to get into it and I want you to get into it. And when I started to have sex with guys, I was like, oh, this is pretty much it. We're great here. I don't know why we need to go somewhere else. So having sex with a guy was more fun because I do get intimate, and then when I see them get like intimate and then push more or whatever, interact more, I can literally see their body and they want it. With girls, on the other hand, it was a bit more problematic for me. But I did have sex with a couple of girls that actually were a lot of fun. Most of them were dominating. And also, we took kind of turns. It was kind of like a dance instead of like one person dominating the other person, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I don't know. So I'm going to be talking to these girls. I'm going to see what they're thinking about what's happening. I'm really enjoying myself on dating apps because, don't get me wrong, I'm matching with people, people are talking to me, but eventually I'm like, I'm done. I don't want to be part of this because I don't want to be meeting anyone. I don't want to be like sexually active with anyone at this point or anytime soon. Why? Because, well, I don't have the body parts. So eventually it messes me up to get sexual with someone and have my body interact in some ways I do not want it to, right? And this is kind of where I'm here with the sexual part. So even things that do not involve me using my down parts, it's still like if I get aroused, then my down parts start having blood flow, let's call it that way, then I'm already kind of like, whoop, we're done. No, 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 no. We don't want this. We don't want this. We don't want this. We don't want this. So what are we gonna do? I don't know. This is kind of my dilemma right now. I could interact with people and go and just do whatever. And this is where, like, maybe having sex with someone who's bisexual, someone who's lesbian, someone who's gay, maybe we can play with different things without actually getting to the nitty gritty. But for now, I'm not missing it. I just kind of feel worried that I'm gonna lose sensation in that area of my body, and I don't know what to do. I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if that could happen or not happen, but I don't know. Tell me what you think. Do you think if I do not have sex or even touch myself for, yeah, a year or so, because literally, I think the last time I touched myself was 3 months ago, 2 months, 3 months ago, because I was worried. But before that one, it was like 9 months of me not touching myself, not having sex with anyone, not even going that area. And I did literally touch myself just to make sure that I know how it would work and I'm not forgetting. I'm not letting my nerves die. I don't know if I would have done it just because I was like into it. I was not really horny. I'm not like intimate with myself or with other people. It's just kind of like, let me check if this still works. And it worked, and it worked, right? It was a bit different. So let's talk about this part a little bit. I know you guys are a bit bored. But here's the thing. I've been on testosterone blocker for a long time, and I've been on estrogen for a long time. But a long time, it's a year and some months. But I did not have my estrogen working well because my vitamin D was kind of messing everything up, and then my hormones were not really delivering. But eventually, the testosterone blocker was working, doing its job, nothing crazy. So when I did touch myself, and I usually touch myself in different ways. So for any of you who is trans or binary or gives them a little bit of dysphoria, this happened when I was non-binary. This happened before I came out as a trans woman, honestly. And I really like how this works. I like how I touch myself this way. So instead of me actually holding things and shaking, I actually just rub it like a clit, honestly. And if you think about it, like the penis is pretty much just like a massive clit. So if you're one of those people, humans who have those body parts and you do not want to do the masturbation in some sense, similarly to, like cis hetero men, you could try this. It's not going to be easy, but for me, like I actually feel more intimate doing it. I get off differently and it's still the same intensity. It's a bit weird actually, but I enjoy it. Works fine for me. So all you want to do, so if this is your thing, right? And it's pointing upwards, like this is, me facing it. So what you want to do is lean it against you, and then this area, so the bottom part of the head, that's where you want to be rubbing, because that, for me at least, this is the area where it's very sensitive. And I just rub it like this, back and forth, and it works like magic, right? So it helps me to do it. And the last time I did it, I did not expect anything to come out because of testosterone blocker and stuff. When I did it before, like when I started the transition and blah blah blah, liquid did come out, like just like white liquid, or sometimes nothing, just like coughing air. Eventually, when I did it last time, nothing came out, and then a very thick, clear colored liquid came out. Not even liquid, like thick, like lube, literally. Like if you have aloe vera, if you squeeze it, it's like really thick textured. And it came out, and I touched it, and I'm like, wow, this is interesting. I've never actually seen this before. And it was pretty much like lube. It was very, very, very slippery. It was very dense. It was very colorless. Like there's no color. And yeah, and then it kind of reminded me of when girls get wet, or when girls get off, if they actually get off, and get liquids come out of them. It's like this clear colored liquid, right? So it's very, very thick in texture, and it's not like water. It's like gel, like very soft, liquidy gel. And you could definitely use this for sex. And I think later in the future, if I'm lucky and I get to have a surgery and have sex with someone, this is going to come out of me probably the same way. So I'm going to use this for future experiences and adventures. But for now, it is quite interesting to have that. And the way I touch myself, because I have different people told me they touch themselves differently, or they don't want to touch themselves because of, like, how they only know one way. Honey, if you're going to have a surgery one day, you're going to have to get used to not touching yourself that way because you have nerves all around. I figured this out a long time ago. I actually could get off in three different ways with three different intensities. One of them is your typical, like, every guy does it, you just hold and you jerk something. Awesome. The other one is this, the one I talked to you about, so you can rub it. The third one is a bit in between. So you want to get very stimulated, but then what you do is after you get off, after you actually, release, you do not stop. You hold the thing tight so that the blood stays on top, and then you rub the head in very soft circles, very, very soft, no pressure. You might hate it, you might feels like it's hurting or it's like cutting you, but then in certain sense, you're gonna reach another, what I call the squirt gasm for anyone who has a penis. And it's possible. I even have videos of this. I've even seen videos of this on, like the sites. And I was like, aha, I'm not crazy, but it's pretty much the same thing that I think many girls go through if they squirt, right? So it is a mix of urine slash other liquids that you have, but it doesn't like just shoot like this. It literally shoots like a water gun. Right? So I got into this like when I was a non-binary person, just like experimenting, and eventually I now settled with like the one that's just like pretty much like a clitoris, because I can just lie down on my back and just have my legs up and just open my legs and just kind of literally do it like how I think many girls would do it. Um, yeah, pretty much if you think about it. Um, so that's that. So I'm gonna go talk to the girls and see how their experiences with men are here, and if they are or not into men or just women. And if they are into women, because one of them is a lesbian slash bisexual, I want to know how and what tricks and what things they do. Maybe I can open up to that a little bit and start going out with some girls just to experience a little bit of, divergence. Okay, so I'm gonna go. It's getting warm. I don't know what to do with this hair, honestly, but I'm gonna go straighten it. See y'all later, gators. Bye.